Hello again, this is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. Heartless, self-absorbed, or simply ignorant. This was a sad week. On Thursday morning, the news broke that Marshawn Nealon, a Dallas Cowboys second-round draft choice, had passed away. Initially, there were few details, simply that the death had been confirmed. The immediate lack of information led to questions. How did a 24-year-old professional athlete, who so happened to score a defensive touchdown in the game just 4 days prior, happen to expire? Why? What was the cause? All sorts of thoughts ran through my mind. A car accident was the first thing I imagined, and then without any evidence whatsoever, my mind started racing through possible causes of death. Could it have been an unknown health condition? Perhaps a matter of domestic abuse where a spouse or girlfriend had acted out, or maybe even some sort of drug consumption. Could have been a random act of violence like a car holdup or carjacking. 24-year-old professional athletes do not normally die out of the clear blue. Why did breaking news state a cause of death? What was the mystery? Slowly, information came forth. It turns out Marshawn had mental health issues. The evening before his death, his girlfriend notified police of her concern for his welfare and how she feared he might end it all. The police attempted to make a welfare call at his residence and at one point saw his vehicle and began chasing, only to have Marshawn escape capture. Unfortunately, the Cowboys lineman wrecked his vehicle just off the North Dallas Tollway and managed to leave the scene of the accident, walking to a nearby construction site. As police searched, they came upon his wrecked vehicle and continued their pursuit, eventually finding the football star in a porta potty, deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This was a sad day for the Cowboys, for Marshawn's family and friends, and all members of humanity. Most of all, it was a sad day for Marshawn. There's no way to accurately know the issues the deceased was experiencing. He had lost his mother due to severe health issues. Could he have been depressed with the status of his relationship with his girlfriend? Though his friends and teammates had described him as an intelligent, driven young man which everyone liked and enjoyed, he clearly had issues which were overwhelming him. Sadly, on Thursday morning, the demons overtook Marshawn, and in the end, his life was over. Friends and family were grief-stricken, teammates were overwhelmed, and football fans felt lost. The situation was hard to understand and even harder to explain. It seems that in matters of suicide, we look for sensible explanations when, in fact, suicide is the ultimate irrational act. Unfortunately, in the sadness of learning of the death of a talented young man who had so much going for him and so much to look forward to, there was also the inevitable ignorance of the self-absorbed. While reading a social media article about the incident, I saw a post which made me stop in my tracks. It asserted it was easy to understand why Marshawn had taken his life. The author suggested the defense of the Dallas Cowboys had played so poorly this season that if he was a member of the team, he'd shoot himself too. Let that sink in for just a minute. A young man takes his life and some jerk seizes the opportunity to use the tragic incident as the basis for an off-color, tasteless comment about the Cowboys' defense. What the heck is wrong with people? Where's their humanity, their concern for their fellow man, for the victim, and for his friends and family? How could you learn of this death and even have the nerve to relate the incident with the performance of the Cowboys' defense? Have we sunk that low? Clearly, some of us have. Nothing really matters except for how an event personally affects them. Social media is a wonderful device. It allows people to stay in touch, to be informed, and to express themselves. Unfortunately, some people either did not receive the proper upbringing or simply become so self-absorbed as to lack any sense of empathy that they feel comfortable in making a negative comment about the death of a 24-year-old young man. I did not personally know Marshawn Nealon. From the words expressed by his family, teammates, and friends, I wish I had. I believe that knowing him would have made my life a little fuller, richer, and better. It's sad he's gone, but even sadder is that there are some who feel the need to treat his death as a punchline to a sports commentary. This issue is more than a single death. A lack of empathy seems to be permeating our entire society. Without concern, without care, without love, our way of life has little chance of surviving. We must be better than this. Before you speak, before you write, before you assert yourself into a conversation, measure your words and how they will affect others. Surely, we have within us the ability to feel the pain of others. I pray so. It's what makes us human. Thought for the day. Empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.
You've been listening to From My Front Porch with Sam Houston. Brought to you by the Granbury Theater Company. You can catch Sam's column every week in the print edition of the Gatesville Messenger or online at gatesvillemessenger.com.